These are the instructions on how to complete the Max and Agility spreadsheet for strength and conditioning. You need to get to the Bellingham High School webpage, go to Academics, Physical Education, and Mr. Nolan's staff webpage. From here, you're going to select Strength Training and Conditioning. This will take you to the Strength homepage. Over here underneath Max and Agility testing links, we're going to open up Max testing spreadsheets, and you will notice that there is a Max spreadsheet for males and a Max spreadsheet for females. So based on your gender, choose your spreadsheet. You will have to click download, and it will download the spreadsheet for you to work with. Now that you have your spreadsheet open, we want to first start out by putting our name in this box, the period that you are in, and grades. Use numbers only, 9, 10, 11, or 12. You're going to put your height here that was measured, and your body weight goes in this box right here. Next, we need to find out what your body mass index is. So we want to minimize our spreadsheet, and we're going to go back to the strength webpage, and over here on the right hand side you will notice a body mass index calculator. So select this. You're going to convert your feet and inches to just inches. So if I'm 6'1", I would input 73 inches, and your weight in pounds goes here, and then you click calculate. The number I'm looking for is right up here, which is my BMI. Disregard any of this information down here below. We're not concerned about the classification. All we're concerned about is the number that shows up here. So I go back to my spreadsheet, and I'm going to put what my BMI is according to the tool. Next, what we're going to figure out is our predicted 1 rep max. Since we did not do a 1 rep max, we did a 3 to 10 rep max. We need to use a formula to figure this out. So we need to go back to the strength webpage, and you will notice that there is a link that says 1 rep max calculator. So we get to this page, we're going to put how much weight we lifted for the bench press to start. So if I bench press 225 pounds and I was able to do that 5 repetitions, I would calculate my predicted 1 rep max, therefore, is 253. So I go back to my spreadsheet, and in this square I would put 253 as my predicted 1 rep max. You would do the same thing for your squat and power clean using the 1 rep max calculator. Now that you have your predicted 1 rep max for bench, squat, and power clean, what I want you to pay attention to is up on our record boards we have in the 4th column something called the Rater Big 3. This is the number that corresponds to the Rater Big 3. And what this is, it is an index number based on your age, your grade, and your body weight, basically. So if this number here is larger than what is up in the weight room, let Mr. Nolan know to get your name on the record board. You will notice that in this spreadsheet that the points are already calculated for you. You do not need to do anything for your strength points. There's 25 points possible. There's a formula that shows up on the spreadsheet. Nothing that you need to do. Again, don't be alarmed if your score is not real high here. This is a pretty tough rubric, and again, this testing does not affect your overall grade in the class. Next, I would like you to save your work. You want to save often so that you do not make any mistakes and have to start all over again. So make sure you go up to File, Save As, and I'd like you to save your file into your H Drive Documents folder. You could create a folder called Strength and Conditioning and save your spreadsheet to that spot. We will be coming back and using this same spreadsheet, as you can see, test 1, 2, and 3, 2 more times this semester. The next part of this spreadsheet, you're going to be looking at your scores that you kept from our first testing period, and you're going to enter those into these boxes. So I'm going to look at my jump rope score. So how many jump ropes did you do in a minute and a half? You will put the amount of jump ropes you did here, and then using the rubric on the back side of your max and agility sheet, you will give yourself a score between 1 and 4 based on where your score is on the rubric. And as you do that, you go down the list, you'll notice that the numbers start to change here in the column. Dot drill, put how many seconds you did the dot drill and how many rubric points there are, 40-yard dash, etc. So go down this list and put in all of your scores. If you did not do a test, just leave it blank. Don't put any numbers in there, just leave it blank. So if I didn't do the pacer test, I would just skip on to the Pro I Agility and put what my score was for the Pro I and how many points I received for that. But any test you did not do, please just leave it blank. You have all your scores entered, and you can see I left this blank for the pacer because I did not complete the pacer test. You want to make sure you save this document again. Down below, there are automatic calculations that take place here. So in my case, I have 68% for my strength scores and 82% for my agility. And what we will do is each time we test in the semester, we're going to compare these percentages along the way. And if we are getting bigger, faster, and stronger in this class, you should see these percentages get larger as we get further into the semester. Now that you're finished with your spreadsheet, I want you to save your spreadsheet, and then you're going to print a copy to turn into Mr. Nolan. The next task you have, you need to get back to the main page of the Strength and Conditioning class, and over underneath Max and Agility Testing Links, you will see a link that says Pre-Test Goal Setting Worksheet. So select that worksheet. Again, you will need to download the document. First thing I'd like you to do is make sure you save this document into your My Documents folder in the H drive. So go up to File, Save As, and save it as your pre-test goals. And you can change the date up here to 2013 to 14 for your goals, and make sure you save that into your H drive folder. To fill out this document, you're going to first click on this box and enter your name, put in which period you're in, and then the date. You're going to put what the date is that you are completing this document. Over here, we're going to enter our scores from our fitness test. So if you did the pacer test, you would put how many widths you got here. Falls under the aerobic component of health and fitness. And for pacer push-ups, I would put how many push-ups I got here, which fits under muscular strength and endurance. Also under strength and endurance, more so muscular endurance, the 1 minute sit-ups. How many sit-ups did you do? Your sit and reach score, how many centimeters, and then you would put your BMI score from your spreadsheet into this box. The next section here has you reflect on your scores that you received on your 5 components of fitness in the first testing period. So as stated right here, how would you assess your current fitness level based on your performance on the health-related fitness components? Would you consider yourself advanced, proficient, needs improvement? So in this square, I would like you to explain to me, where do you see yourself according to your scores and the rubric that you use to assess yourself on the spreadsheet? So please give me at least a full paragraph with lots of description about why you chose either advanced, proficient, or needs improvement based on the health-related fitness in this box. The next section of this worksheet talks about setting goals. So setting goals helps you to focus your efforts, chart your progress, motivate yourself, boost self-esteem and confidence as you meet the goal. Getting started on your fitness plan, you want to choose a long-term goal based on your performance on the health-related fitness components. Determine what areas of fitness are involved in achieving this goal. Get a calendar and set a date for accomplishing the goal. Decide on some short-term goals to help you meet your long-term goal. Set dates for meeting these short-term goals. Choose daily goals to get you started. Be flexible. If something happens to interrupt your training, adjust your plan. Don't give up. Focus on your goals. So the next section here, what you're going to focus on is I'd like you to set a goal for the end of the semester for each of the 4 components of fitness. So we're leaving body composition out of this. So cardiorespiratory refers to our pacer test. So I'd like you to create a goal and using numbers. For instance, I would like to be able to run 100 pacer widths by the end of this semester. So I've given a time frame, I've given a quantity, and I'd like you to do that for each of these components of fitness. So upper body strength and endurance, you could do this for push-ups, which we did up above. So what would you like your push-up score to be? Abdominal strength, what would you like, how many sit-ups would you like to get by the end of the semester? Flexibility, how far would you like to reach on the flexibility test? Looking more at the short term, for the same components, I'd like you to set a goal by the next testing period, which will be in about 4 weeks. What would you like to see your test scores at? So look at what you put for your end of the semester and then create a short-term goal that you should be able to accomplish within the next 4 weeks in this section. The bottom section of this worksheet asks you to answer a few questions here. The first question, how will you track or monitor your progress towards your goals? So what are you going to do to monitor that you are on track to meet your goals? Are you going to do journaling? Are you going to do check-ins? What is your process to make sure that you're going towards your goals on a daily and weekly basis? The next question asks, what are some barriers that might keep you from sticking to your plan? So what are some things that can get in the way of you reaching your goals? Could it be sickness, socializing too much in class? What kind of things do you think can get in the way of you being productive and meeting your goals? The next section, what resources can you use to overcome these barriers so that you will reach your goals? So we all have barriers in our life. We want to look at now, what are some resources that I can use to make sure that these barriers don't get in the way of you reaching your goals? Please give me a few sentences in each of these boxes. Be descriptive, give a good explanation. When you're finished with this document, I want you to save it, and then you're going to print a copy to turn into Mr. Nolan.